And in many cases, there's an expectation that marketing measurement will just deliver the absolute truth. So even as something as trusted as incrementality tests are still in the moment measurement, they're not persistently accurate, and you should utilize it, but don't trust it in perpetuity. And my feeling, which we'll get into a little bit later, is you need to combine intuition with the data and think really critically about what the story the data is telling you, and have a degree of skepticism. But I think your intuition has to be paired with some governance structure around data and data-driven decisions. We've talked about this in the past, but getting enough signal to have like 70 or 80% confidence intervals on making a decision is really, really good. And triangulation to me is a very intuitive process of calibrating all these sources of data, applying your intuition or your decision making or the truth that you know about your business, and then helping them inform your decisions. But if you can calibrate it against your incrementality tests, your incrementality test can actually increase your confidence in your MMM. So, but triangulation at least creates a system for you to operate, because otherwise you fall into what we talked about earlier, that paralysis. Yeah, the biggest learning that I've had in my career is, as a first principle, that agency partners should be engaged and treated as an extension of your team. They should, like, the transparency part of them really understanding your business, understanding your customers, your strategy, how things work. There should be communication across functions, not just with like the primary client, even on an econometrics level, to bring it back to measurement. And then from the agency partners, I want proactiveness. I want them to have a POV. I want them to challenge us. I want them, sometimes being outside of your four walls can be very, very helpful. But a lot of agency partners observed are afraid to ruffle feathers because they're in a service system. If there's a mutual trust and understanding and appreciation of each other, then you can have those candid conversations without the worry. Scare me a little bit, then I know that you got your thumb on the scale a little bit for us. Most marketing decisions, except for the actual cost of media, are two-way door decisions. And I think a lot of people are afraid of that. I actually use 4 attributes for hiring and developing talent. One is aptitude, which is around domain expertise, critical thinking, those kind of things. The other is attitude, having a growth mindset, a thirst for knowledge. And then the third one, with curiosity being the biggest one over the top of these, is agility. Having the ability to be adaptable, agile, having grit, overcoming obstacles. Everyone has their own innate biases. Consider the alternative of our biases, or ask ourselves the why we have the biases. Like, that's what I do when I have a bias. You don't want that to overwhelm your ability to influence everyone else, because it could lead to the wrong decision. So I think it's maybe just asking questions is the best way to uncover the bias if you're sitting on the agency side. I love when people ask me questions over and over again, because it helps me too. So.